As the first step in DisplayGenie's construction view, I will show how to make and fold a cardboard cube. We make a new freeform object, and this gives a baseline from which we start everything. Now, this baseline is currently 300 millimeters long, and I want a 200 millimeter cube, so I'll change that to 200. And you see it gets a little shorter. Now I add the first face, at line, add basic flap. Now if I left click now, I'll get a face of an arbitrary or sort of estimated dimension. So I want to enter an exact number. I press period, and now I can type in 200 millimeters in here. And now I want to add another face, and I can do the same thing. Line, add basic flap, period, 200 millimeters. Now, since we're going to add 6 of these faces, it's a little easier if we use one of the alternative ways of specifying the height of a section. Now, if I click on this icon down here, which is undo, or else I type Control Z, then that undoes what I just did. The first way I can repeat the particular size section is to put a number in one of these quick slots. Now if I now say right click LF, and then I press 1 and hold it down, and then left click, then I get a section of height 200 millimeters. Alternatively, I can, since I'm doing exactly the same thing every time, I can use the Control R key, which repeats the previous operation. That's by far the easiest way in this case. Control R, left click, Control R, left click, Control R. Now, in order to get the cube, I need to have the 6th face, which I want to attach to this top section here. So I double click to select this section, left click to select the line, and Control R. So now I have a piece of paper chopped up into bits, which will produce a cube when folded. This view here, 2D, is showing me the machining layers. So the red is the cut, and the sort of greeny colour is a fold. So back to 3D view, and I have a three-dimensional representation of the unfolded piece of cardboard. To fold it, I move the slider here, and lo, it becomes a cube. So I'll just unfold that slightly for purposes of illustration, and I'll just zoom in a ways. Okay, so I'm going to illustrate my cube now. So I go, I give Flexi a copy of the paper cutout by saying send box, and now since I'm just using one monitor for this recording, I'll have to get this out of the way. I could drag it over to the side, or I can close it. In practice, it's much easier to use two monitors. Okay, we'll start by giving the drawing a background image. So I go to rectangle, drag a rectangle over it, and choose my picture. Now this has obscured my line drawing, so I'll just go into Design Editor and move it to the back. So now we can see again what we were doing. So I'll add another rectangle around here. Some of these things, and another one here. Some nice bricks, and we'll have some stars. Just here. Now if I hold down Shift while I select a color swatch, I can make that the default color for my next star. And let's make them have nice opposing faces the same color. So that will be a green one and green. Oops, which green did I have? This one. And another one over here. I can just copy them, of course. And we'll have a light blue one that other way. Oops. And another light blue one down here. Okay, so what will that look like? Okay, so here we have our nice coloured in box. Ready to impress the neighbours.